Darkness complete, followed. How long? When eyes opened, a beautiful face smiled into them. A wide, wonderful green face. Tangled, thin strands of green, hyphy hair tickled his ear. Every facet in the large face-filling bright green eyes were studying every flicker of facial movement. Raven nested on the same pillow and felt the same fresh atmosphere of healthy, lush new growth, emerging out of a cool shower into warm sunshine. Deep breaths convulsed both. Waking, Wing thought he was hallucinating. Stayed still, not wanting to shake it off. This hallucination was rubbing his pelvis as she daubed his forehead. Wet the leaves, tend the root, we all grow better that way. Hum a little song that skipped through playful lips. His root did respond and stiffened to full bloom. As the rest of him tried to understand, he could relax. It wasn't a dream. What the hell? Involuntarily startled out and shocked straight up, reacting to some unrequested impulse, the erect man wondered why. The lady gently squeezed, pressed him back down. The jolt fully roused Raven's flight or fight instinct just as quickly, determining that neither was needed. Steady, partner, Raven advised. No sense fighting. She's got a pretty good grip on you. We made it, right? We're here. You have to ask. Stop squawking to your friend and pay attention to me, the owner of the grip pleasantly pleaded. Males don't have big taproots like yours anymore. The owner of the root's reverie was rudely interrupted by the arrival of a small group of Midway's biggest blooms, auspiciously announcing to an unappreciative audience that they were here to welcome. That sermon you gave about making deals with devils impressed those that heard it. We know you're going to enjoy our garden. Get some of the wild weeds out of town. Burped out of a fat green plant of a man. I'm the mayor of Midway. The skinny triangle-shaped stem beside him said he was the preacher. There were 3 others in the bunch. No one has ever crossed the desert from the east. You came protected by the great gardener to preach to us, didn't you? No, but that sermon you gave, I don't remember, said as fast as he was dressing. His nurse passed her tongue over rolled petal-lush lips as she washed. The minister motioned her leave. Respectable plants were here now, and the new preacher would be all right. You might have me mixed up with someone else. Just here for a haircut and, try to trade some of my medicine stock. My team and stuff all right? Of course, yes, at the stable. Now don't you worry about expense or a place to stay. Gladly trade it for the horse droppings. The blossoms swayed, gush, plush praise for Lester and Earl's manure, murmured, compost, compost, compost. Sounded like a good deal of winning. Sealed the agreement with, sure. Brushing past, that same cool, moist atmosphere emanated out of them. Must have caused quite a scene when we arrived, more whispered to Raven than the group. According to your wild, bulbous, bar-whirled nurse, you arrived at the crack of that frightful dawn. It was sunrise, but the sun could not be seen. Plants did not know what to do. You stood atop your wagon and told everyone they should just try to be friends with great powers. Inexplicably, you lectured on what great drinking buddies they were. Then you dissertated about the pitfalls of being a person who prayed to make deals with gods, like there were warehouses filled with goods they owed. Apparently, you went on about a quite wide range of topics. Then you did the song. Excuse me, wag. Yeah, well, it's all wag. Yes, quite? Well, yes, in conclusion, you yelled, catch you later, and fell headlong off the cart, when, right then, the sun came out. Well, you fertilized a lot of plants. Oh, frigging A. So you're not going to take up the preacher? Squeaked out of the sedge. Teacher? Chorused out of the group. Gardener? Sensually sloshed out of the nurse. Sheriff job. The mayor was trying to refocus the meeting as much as he was asking. Frigging A. Know what? Been thinking. Maybe get a quick cut and go, or maybe just skip the cut and just go. Got to check on the business. Rushing outside. Only then internalizing that being outside meant being without walls. The same ceiling was above them now as when inside. It definitely was Midway. Green plant people, big main street with roofless buildings on both sides, crowded, grand flower bed sidewalk attached to the structures. Keeping it wet made thousands of tiny flickering rainbows. Plant people slipped along it, scattering them, all a rustle and a bustle of activity. The air smelled sweet, warm, and moist. My name is Lily, pressing close to pass. After your haircut, I'm over there. The pointing digit that pecked directions down the street didn't have knuckles. She followed it toward loud music. That's the kind of thing we want you to get rid of. The panting round voice of the mayor caught up. Plants like that, tangled vines, got to go. The wandering merchant moved off as fast as he could, but with each step, each intoxicating breath after distance was gained, he slowed. Really, it'd be a shame to leave too quick. That might have been a good song I sang. Still need to be cleaned up a bit, putting on a little burst of quick hops to widen the space between him and the welcoming committee. Now I know the answer to Ralph's mystery question. They have 3. Oh, really? Didn't notice. A rehydrating juice or a look around first? You mean after we check on... Oh, right! After we check on the guys and our goods. Right. Let's get going. I'm concerned. The team was well tended in a light-flooded stable, the air freckled with lazy specks of dust. Their wagon nearby, Wing climbed to the seat looking for the bag and found it chewed to a pulp. Something else, too. Hey, Raven, come look. The cooler, built into the wagon roof behind the seat, had obviously been improved. Cautiously lifting the cover, both peeking, then staring bug-eyed, it was full of beer and ice. And on the underside of the top, there was a naked pin-up girl calendar with room for one date. It's today. Yo, frigging A. Sheila will kill me. Man, is she agile. Better keep this between us. You know the bird? It was true. Sheila was pursing her lips at a young raven posed on her fingertips. The little raven was wearing a necklace of tiny sparkling diamonds and kissing Sheila back. Ralph's camera caught her in a stance that only her kind could know, feathers stuck stiffly out from Raven's thighs. Oh, crap! If Ladder finds out, I'm dead. Better keep this between us. Wing grabbed a beer, spilling some ice out. The space popped up, another new ice all around it. Both looked for the power that would make the box work. Couldn't find a thing. It was a life of his own. Ralph did mention he was powerful enough to create worlds, but didn't suspect he made coolers too. Now that's product diversity. Faces squared to each other for a moment, then quickly back to staring at the picture. The beer was drained and the cover closed, forgetting Raven. Ha! Sorry! Quickly flipping the cap back open again, the picture had changed to another pose. Both tilted their heads till their ears touched their shoulders, studying this new setting. Another beer was opened, shared. How long are you going to need the stable? Jerked them to slam the top back down and remember the day, sweating and shaking a little. This is not the kind of beer box we'll want to open at the homestead, whispered to Raven. A few days, please, called to the man below as he jumped down to shake hands. You've been kind to take us in, treat my stuff so well, thank you. No problem. Glad to tend animals like that. All we got is ponies and donkeys. They're nice enough, but those creatures are yours. Well, there's something. Thanks. They're friends of mine. Meet Lester and Earl. My name's Wing. This is Raven. Call me Bark. A name as rough as the scab-covered old plant. Stay as long as you like. I'll pass to the team out during the day. There was a smudge-streaked mirror on the wall behind the multi-stemmed man, and Wing got a shot of himself when Bark pushed his broom out the door. Reflex to grab the reflected hat off, fussing with the scalp as if it were hair. Can't do a thing with it. May need a shave, too. I'll just wait here. I don't think I can watch this. Raven flew back to the wagon, curiously examining the small lever on the edge of the cooler. It provided a natural grip for him, and when he grabbed it, the lid lifted, and he got a beer he could pop the top off by himself. Thanks, Ralph, drawled as he looked at the new picture. Wing scrambled back up and checked it out, too. That elephant sure got an eye. Keep the caps for me, please. Got to go. Hear Mother calling, do you? A moment, stiffly motionless, before disappearing out the door.